What's up, everybody? Jonathan Rose. Today I want to go over a trade in HRVSF, a cannabis company, Harvest Health Recreational. One of my favorite cannabis companies out there. And this name, I shared a trade idea with my members going back to February 18th, right about here at 7.50. Now, the reason I found this trade, I was analyzing all the cannabis companies. I was looking for exposure in the US. That's Harvest's wheelhouse. They're buying up dispensaries, have a very strong presence in the US. But I was also looking for a company that had cash flow, a company that was actually making money. The only company that I could really find that was actually cash flow positive was Harvest. That's why I got into this name. That's why I shared it with my members. I want to go over the trade because what I'm always teaching is if 10 people take the exact same trade, you're always going to get 10 different results. So therefore, when people are trying to sell you based on returns, you need to be very, very careful. Let me show you an example on Harvest. We shared the trade, trading right about 7.50. These are volatile companies. They're speculative companies. Harvest dropped down to 581 before it started rallying. Now, many people are going to get into a trade like this, put a stop under an arbitrary number. If it hits that, they're going to get out. How we trade is we want to find strong companies that have a reason to move. Harvest is the only cannabis company that I could find that's actually making money. As it fell, all of the cannabis companies were falling. This wasn't something that was specific to Harvest alone. So I wanted to encourage my guys, hey, keep buying. This is a trade that we really like. It's a money management game. We just don't want to put a trade on, cross our fingers, and we either get stopped out or we make a bunch of money. No. We want to ladder into the trade. So we might buy. As it rallies, we might slowly sell. A great example of this is a coaching client. Allow me to introduce you to Jay. Jay got in 3 different times. The first time that he got in, I'll use a line, was about 8. The second time he got in, 7.11. And then the third time, 6.19. Now, this is how I like to get into trades. Actually, 6.19 is going to be a little bit lower down here. This is how we get into trades. We ladder in. We're not going to pick the bottom. We're not going to pick the top. We want to find good companies, though. And then as it rallies, you'll notice what Jay did is Jay started selling. So he sold here, 7.62. Sold again, 9.45. And then he's still holding 1/3 of his position. So buy, sell. Sell. This is a trade for the bottom one. That's how I look at it. You could also look at it here where you're just cost averaging, take a little bit off, lower your average cost basis, but it doesn't really matter, right? Sell 1 of your positions, sell 2 of your positions, and then just hold. My advice for Jay, my advice for you listening is Harvest is a really strong company, but too much too fast. Wait for a pullback. If Harvest trades under 8, then for you, I would strongly consider building a position in the same way that Jay was able to build a position over here. If Harvest does pull back to 7.50, Jay will be able to buy, And he's slowly building his position, but you'll notice he's still holding a core portfolio, a core 1/3. So if Harvest continues to rally, he gets to take part in those gains as well. So the overall message, 10 traders, take the exact same trade, you're always going to get 10 different results. There's a lot of ways to play this. Here's another example. Newer member gets right in, 1 tranche in at 6.25, wants advice on what to do. So for this, consider selling half. If you could sell half of your position at 9.50 and then put in a 7.97 bid, so if it goes against you, you're able to buy again now you're managing your position. That's what he did. Great. Buys at 620, gets out at half at 950. If it goes higher, great. And if it goes lower, I bet Bavin's going to be pretty freaking excited because he gets right back in on a position that he wants, that he knows working. So HRVS, this is an example. Did a bunch of research to find one of these cannabis companies that actually has positive cash flow, but it really comes down to trade management, position management, money management. That's what's going to separate those who are thriving in the trade and those who are frustrated, lack of confidence, because they're just getting stopped out in arbitrary numbers. The market's volatile. The market's going to move, especially if you're going to trade an unknown sector or a new sector like cannabis. Okay? Hope it helps, guys. Any questions, leave a comment below. I'll answer every one of them. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Jonathan Rose. I'm the owner of Masters in Trading.